All right, I'm Isabel. I am majoring in nursing and I am hoping to be a nurse.
I'm Amber Rodriguez. I'm majoring in healthcare administration and hoping to get into radiologic technology.
Hey, my name is Zoe Blum. I'm majoring in public relations and strategic communication, and I want to be a PR professional for an environmental nonprofit.
My name is Eleanor Dick. I'm a bioinformatics major and my career aspirations are to be a genetic counselor.
My name is Peyton Graper. I am majoring in healthcare administration and my goal is to go to med school.
My name is Kaylee. My major is health science, and I'm hoping to become an ultrasound tech.
So our topic we chose was unintentional injuries, and a little bit about this topic is that unintentional injuries are a leading cause of death and disability among adolescents and young adults, putting this as a significant public health concern. This age group ranges from about 10 to 24 years old due to a combination of behavioral, developmental, and environmental factors. Incidents like motor vehicles, crashes, falls, and accidental poisonings are pretty common. Understanding the causes, risk factors, and strategies to prevent unintentional injuries can help reduce their occurrence and promote healthier lifestyles among this age group. Okay, to recap, we chose this topic because unintentional injuries are one of the leading causes of death and disability, especially among young people. Despite being largely preventable, they often get overlooked in public health conversations. These types of injuries, such as falls, burns, motor vehicle accidents, often happen unexpectedly, but many are preventable with increased awareness. Okay, another reason we chose this topic is because we wanted a topic that felt not only important, but relevant. Unintentional injuries stood out because they're preventable and they impact millions of young people every year. We chose to dial in on distracted driving because it's something many of us encounter regularly, whether it's looking over and seeing someone texting at a red light, or trying to eat a sandwich on your way to work. By focusing on this issue, we hope to bring more attention to how common these behaviors are and how serious the consequences are. We felt it was important to talk about something that we actually felt like we could make a difference in. Our goal is to help people recognize how serious distracted driving can be and show how small behaviors like putting your phone on Do Not Disturb or using hands-free setup can prevent injuries and save lives.
So obviously it's important to avoid accidents. And a lot of us don't even realize that we are distracted while we're driving. We're changing the music or we're looking at navigation and those are distractors and they can lead to more accidents, especially among teens. So teens are the top cause of death in teens is actually distracted driving. And we can see here from the statistic that in 2018, more than 2,000 drivers between the ages of 13 and 19 died from distracted driving. So the consequences behind this are not limited to the driver. Oftentimes we forget that and we think, oh, it's okay, it's my life. But when we're distracted, we risk the lives of others around us. So, for example, pedestrians walking on the street or other drivers next to us, if we're driving distracted, then we're putting them at risk. And I saw a statistic that said if you're driving at 60 miles an hour and you're distracted for 4 seconds, you would go the entire length of a football field with being distracted. So that's a lot of time and a lot of space that you can injure others. And unlike other health risks, distracted driving is 100% preventable. And we need to help educate others and make sure that they're able to know about this so that they're not putting others at risk. And we can see from the graphics here that distracted driving causes a lot of accidents, but we can see the accidents that aren't caused by distracted driving as well. And 5% of those accidents are fatal, whereas distracted driving accidents, 8% are fatal, and even more are serious. So that's just more reason to be aware of what we're doing and make sure that we're not distracted while we're driving.
For our research, we chose to look more into teen drivers and motor vehicle crashes as they are the leading cause of death and gain to disability in young adults and adolescents, which we've previously addressed in other slides. I've included a few more statistics from the CDC highlighting the severity of this type of incident. In 2020, almost 3,000 teens were killed in motor vehicle crashes, in addition to the 227,000 others who were injured as a result. To put the percentages into perspective, 56% of these fatalities involved those of which who were not wearing seatbelts, 29% involved those who had been drinking, and 62% involved those who weren't wearing seatbelts on top of drinking and driving. These numbers bring attention to the question, why is the younger generation more at risk? It's almost a no-brainer that the underlying cause of teen crashes are inexperience and immaturity, though there are many other factors that play a role. Experience is something that is just gained with time, but sometimes inexperience on its own can be very unsafe, as it often leads to misjudgment errors and failed reactions to dangerous situations. There are other factors that are controllable, however, like not wearing seatbelts, distracted driving, and poor decision making. Distracted driving involves anything that takes your eyes or attention away from the road, inside or outside of the car. Your electronic devices, conversations in the car, your passengers, music, and food are all internal distractions, while billboards, weather conditions, other vehicles, and etc. are all forms of external distractions. Tailgating, drinking and driving, not following the speed limit, and failing to use signals are all examples of poor decision making. Although people of any age can partake in poor decision making and distracted driving, the likelihood of the younger generation doing so is much higher. It is so important to prioritize your safety when responsible, because again, your choices are controllable and can be limited.
All right. Some solutions to distracted driving could be staying off your phone, put it on do not disturb, or just putting it away to not distract you while you're driving. And being able to pay attention to your surroundings, like looking at other vehicles or pedestrians that are crossing. Don't multitask while driving. You want to limit the activities that you're doing while you're driving. So don't eat, don't be trying to grab something out of a compartment from your car. Also keeping music to a low volume so you can concentrate on what you're doing and hearing the sounds around you. It's very important to keep your eyes on the road and to not veer off your eyes to a different direction. If you need to pull over if you need to do something like an important text or call or something that you think you can't wait till you get to your destination, just pull over. It's safer to do that. Also pull over if you're feeling drowsy or unwell. Also don't get behind the wheel if you went through an emotional situation like a messy breakup or a death in the family or friends or something, because that can impair your driving and cloud your brain. Some intentional overall unintentional injury solutions can be to adhere to safety guidelines and promote safety measures and just being aware of your overall surroundings.
When we were making our PSA video with how widespread this problem is, we really wanted to focus on how to stay safe as pedestrians walking around when you know that there's such high deaths with distracted driving. So keeping yourself as a pedestrian safe and being safe as a driver. So when we were trying to figure out what kind of PSA video we wanted to make, we watched a bunch of videos and we decided the best ones that we felt most impacted people were when there was a mixture of statistics and words on different parts of the video, as well as real world applications. So what we chose to do was compile all of our information and put together mixtures of information regarding our topic and specific statistics, as well as videos that we made as a group showing what good pedestrians would do to avoid getting hit by these distracted drivers and what are some not great choices to make as a pedestrian, like being distracted, not looking both ways. And we felt like that this would have the best impact and be the easiest video for us to make with our limited knowledge of YouTube and video making. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation. Here are some of our citations, and that's all.